What's up everybody and welcome back to the channel. DMZ missions are what we do over here, and today we're looking at a mission called Information Overload, which is for the Black Mous faction in DMZ. Now this mission is a three-parter. It's essentially a gather mission, and it expects you in the first part to extract a combination of 24 UAVs, advanced UAVs or counter UAVs. In the second part, you need to deliver 35 recon drones to any dumpster dead drop on the map, of which there are 5 choices for you. And then last but not least, we need to be extracting 20 encrypted hard drives, which is like the elite or the epic version of the hard drives that you can get from PC boxes on the map. Now, there are certainly 2 ways in which you can approach this mission. You can have this in the background while you do other things and essentially grind away at it over time, or you can brute force this and specifically target certain areas to get as many of these things as possible and to extract with it. I will share some tips and pointers for both of these approaches, and hopefully we can get you through it easy peasy lemon squeezy. Now, looking at each one of these 3 lines individually and starting with the first one, extracting UAVs, advanced UAVs or counter UAVs, of course all 3 of these are kill streaks, and you can buy kill streaks from buy boxes and they're quite expensive, but you can also find them all around the map so that you can loot them. Now, in the case of this particular one, you can of course also store 1 kill streak on your character and repeatedly extract and go into a mission with it. So if you want to take the long form approach to this and you never ever want to go looking for additional UAVs, advanced UAVs or counter UAVs, you can simply make sure that you get that first one, stow it on your character, and then every time you extract you will get 1 progress. Then you simply drop back in with your UAV on your character equipped and then extract again, and you will slowly but surely chip away at this. Now that's the long form method. If you are looking to find as many of these as possible, you need to be looting the supply drops which drop at 10 minutes left on the map, as well as anything that falls out of a plane that you might have shot down with the SAM sights or the commander helo. All of these boxes have a high amount of chance, or let's say a high chance rather, of having kill streaks in them, and of course it could be one of these 3 kill streaks. Last but not least, locked areas in the game are very good as well, usually 4 kill streaks, and that's obviously a place you can go look for as well. Then getting us onto recon drones, which you need 35 of them. Now these oftentimes for me, or let's say the majority of the time, spawn either in toolboxes when you loot them or in these duffel bags when you loot them. So for me, what made the most sense is to find an area in the map where there's a high concentration of these toolboxes and of these duffel bags, and that's just going to mean we're going to have a higher chance of recon drones. Now as a bonus, if we can have this area near a dead drop, that's going to decrease our travel time as well, as we loot these into our backpack and then escort them to a dead drop and throw them in there. Now this particular area of the map here, and working this entire like row of houses all the way down, if you start at the top near Tarak village and you sort of just work your way down all the way, will take you towards the marshlands. You'll be going through a shitload of toolboxes and a hell of a lot of these like gym bags, and you'll find a bunch of these recon drones most likely. And as you get to the bottom near marshlands, you can simply pop into that dead drop there and you can go deliver them. Now, of course, there are 4 other dead drops for you to choose from. They're on the screen right now. I've made a video specifically looking at exactly how to find each and every of them. Please go ahead and check the channel. Otherwise, as I said, on the map right now, you'll see the general area where each one of these 5 dead drops is, so that you don't feel that you have to be going to the marshlands. And if you're driving around and you happen to find one of these, you can just pick the closest dead drop and go throw it in there. Last but not least gets us the 20 encrypted hard drives, which seems like it's a lot, but in actual fact, you need to just be targeting areas that have a high concentration of PC boxes, since while these do also spawn outside computer boxes, they have a really good chance of spawning inside these cases. Now, 3 very good areas plus 1 bonus area, I guess, would be the 3 police stations that are on the map, which are on the screen right now, as well as a special shout out goes out to the Police Academy additional building that kind of like sits to the south of it. Now all 4 of these locations have a high amount of these cases on them, and so therefore you will oftentimes find at least 1 or 2 per location, which gives you a huge amount of them to drag out of the map with you. Now, of course, all of the other suggestions that I've made before, like for instance looking in supply boxes that drop out of the sky and everything, can also net you encrypted hard drives, because this is an epic item, so it can spawn as a treasure. So definitely keep an eye out for that as well. These oftentimes also spawn inside locked locations just lying around, so keep your eyes peeped and you'll probably see them. The other thing that I could just also mention at this point in time is oftentimes players also carry these around because they want to sell them or extract them, so don't be afraid to get into a bit of a scuffle when you see some people PvP them. You never know, you might find some drives on them. That's gonna be it for the video. Thank you so much for watching, especially if you made it this far. Let me know in the comments down below if you have any additional questions on this mission specifically, if anything that I explained was unclear. Otherwise, it's just super important to me that you have a fantastic morning, afternoon, and evening wherever you are in the world. And until next video, fucking cheers.
They want the best of me now, best of me now, best of me now, best of me. They want the best of me now, best of me now, best of me now, best of me.